Hi everybody, Elijah Williams in the shop here, Fire Creek Forge. Thanks for watching the video. So today, in this video, I'm going to show you how I make this into a piece of Damascus steel with a high quality, unique kitchen blade. When you're making a Damascus billet, you have stacks of different types of steel. So since this is rather curly and not so flat, the first thing I have to do is heat this up and simply straighten it out. Then I can cut it up into pieces and stack it up into a billet. So while the forge is heating up and the pieces of field harrow are heating up so I can flatten them out, I can start preparing the other half of this Damascus equation, and that is the 15N20. So now that I have all my field harrow steel pieces straightened out as flat as possible with the hammer, you need to make sure that you have it at a good forging temperature. Otherwise, if you try to straighten it out at too low a temperature, you run the risk of introducing cracks that would not otherwise be there. Okay, so we have a stack of field harrow spring steel, high carbon steel, and we have a stack of 15N20, which is also high carbon steel. There's already been quite a bit of prep work put into this steel before we even start putting the billet together, but we are not done with prep work yet. A successful forge weld is mostly prep work. Before I even put the billet together, all of these pieces of steel need to be cleaned down to clear, bright steel. Obviously the 15N20 steel is a lot closer than the field harrow spring steel. Nevertheless, I'm still going to run this over the grinder with on the grinding belt and clean this up completely. And once we do that, then we can start stacking the pieces and put the billet together. Okay, so at long last I have all of these pieces of steel carefully ground off and cleaned off. You know, the thing we're trying to avoid here is any foreign matter, dirt, grime, rust, anything like that. So I have a couple of spots on here that I didn't quite get all the way. I have to run back over to the grinder. Okay, so we have both sides ground off flush, so we don't have to worry about cold shuts developing later because of overlapping or not the exact widths all the way through. So got a handle welded onto it. The last thing I'm going to do before I actually go to forge weld this together is to put it in some diesel. And the purpose of that is to, first of all, keep it from oxidizing. Normally what I do is forge weld a billet right after I finish prepping it. I haven't tried this diesel trick before, but it does a couple things too. So aside from aiding in the overall battle against oxidization in the billet, the small amount of carbon that this is going to deposit when it burns, I guess, between the layers of steel also helps with the weldability of the steel. The higher the carbon content to a certain point, lower the temperature of the weld for that steel. So next thing is to heat these two billets up and forge weld them together, draw them out.